April 22, 2004. A small North Korean town near the Chinese border. Kim Jong-il's train passed through Ryongchon Station. Just hours later, a massive explosion tore through the town, killing around 160 people and injuring over 1,300. They say the bomb was detonated using a mobile phone. Within weeks, every cell phone in North Korea was confiscated. And by May 2004, the country's first and only mobile network had vanished overnight. Was it just an accident? Or was someone trying to assassinate the most secretive leader in the world? Kim Jong-il was called the Dear Leader. To the outside world, a mysterious figure, almost mythological. To North Koreans, a man portrayed as a genius of art, science, and war. Official biographies credited him with composing operas, directing films, even inventing revolutionary farming methods. In reality, he was a reclusive dictator obsessed with control, paranoia, and survival. In his world, control was everything. But there was one thing he could never control: the sky. He was reportedly terrified of flying. The sky was uncontrollable, unpredictable, but the ground could be locked down, inspected, secured. So Kim Jong-il built his own world on rails, a steel sanctuary that moved across the continent. Within the regime, it had a name whispered with reverence and fear: the Moving Fortress. It wasn't just a train, it was a convoy of three. The first swept the route ahead, inspecting every meter of track for explosives or ambushes. The second carried Kim himself, a rolling palace equipped with private offices, bedrooms, a restaurant, and conference rooms. The third was packed with armed guards, medics, and even armored vehicles, ready to respond within minutes to any threat. Inside, the Dear Leader's train was both absurdly luxurious and brutally practical. Diplomats who glimpsed it described a private office lined with maps, a conference room with TV screens, and a dining car serving multi-course meals: Korean, Russian, Chinese, even French cuisine. Sleeping cabins matched the comfort of five-star hotels. Everything inside was wired for command: encrypted telephones, satellite communications, and direct links to Pyongyang. Security was taken to extremes. Bulletproof windows, floors and walls reinforced against blasts. Some carriages were even rumored to conceal machine guns, anti-aircraft systems, and anti-tank missiles. All that armor made the train heavy and slow, rarely exceeding 60 kilometers per hour. Each trip turned into a multi-day odyssey, crawling across thousands of kilometers under maximum secrecy. When the Moving Fortress was in motion, rail traffic across entire regions was halted. Power was sometimes cut from nearby lines. In villages along the route, people were ordered to stay indoors and close their curtains. Even abroad, governments cooperated. During Kim's state visits to Russia, local residents were warned not to leave their homes until the armored train had passed. The tradition began with Kim Il-sung, his father, but Kim Jong-il took it further. In 2001, Kim embarked on a legendary journey all the way to Moscow. It took nearly a month, covering over 20,000 kilometers. A Russian diplomat who traveled with him later revealed surreal details. Kim dined on fine food, drank French wine, and had live lobsters brought aboard, served with silver chopsticks. For Kim, the train wasn't simply transportation, it was a palace on rails. On April afternoon in 2004, Kim Jong-il's train passed through Ryongchon Station. Then, suddenly, a deafening explosion. Reports described a mushroom cloud rising hundreds of meters into the sky. The shockwave shattered windows miles away. Entire blocks of houses turned to dust. North Korea immediately sealed off the area. No journalists, no outsiders, not even aid workers were allowed near the site for days. Satellite images later showed a massive crater where the station once stood. According to official statements, 2 freight cars loaded with ammonium nitrate fertilizer collided with a power line, triggering the blast. But few believed that story. When the smoke cleared, the devastation was unimaginable. Thousands were left homeless. Schools, hospitals, and homes were flattened. And yet, there was no mourning broadcast, no state funeral, no public acknowledgement of the dead. Instead, the regime went silent. Only weeks later, an unusual order spread across the country. Every single cell phone had to be surrendered. Within a month, North Korea's first mobile network was completely shut down. Rumors spread that the explosion had been triggered remotely, possibly by a mobile device, in an attempt to assassinate Kim Jong-il. Was it really an accident, or a cover-up of something bigger? There are several theories. Some say a group within the North Korean military planned to detonate explosives as Kim's train passed through Ryongchon, but the timing went wrong. Others claim Chinese intelligence warned Pyongyang of a plot only hours before, forcing Kim's train to switch schedules and accidentally saving his life. And then there's the official explanation: a tragic industrial accident, nothing more. But here's what we know for sure. The regime treated the event as a direct attack. Security was tightened. The train was upgraded. Foreign photography of Kim's convoy was banned. And for years afterward, Kim rarely left the country again. Behind closed doors, Kim Jong-il himself reportedly told his inner circle that the explosion was an assassination attempt, a warning from within his own ranks. Whether true or not, the message was clear. From that day on, no one and nowhere could ever be trusted again. Even something as simple as a train journey can reveal just how paranoid and fragile the regime truly is. The Ryongchon explosion remains one of the most mysterious disasters in North Korean history, a tragedy that may have been meant for one man, but ended up destroying an entire town.